Craig, you've been around long enough to know that it's so tough to get there. And as we said earlier, you got to within one period of winning the Stanley Cup back in '04. It was, as we've said, a magical run. You were prominent in it. What do you recall most about it?
I just think how the team came together. Every round we were picked not to win the round. So we just felt like we were underdogs and we had a lot to prove. And it was just it was just so much fun. And the guys, I don't think anyone really expected us to be there, and just the way Canada kind of rallied around. Even people in Edmonton, Toronto, Montreal, everywhere they were pulling for the Flames, and it was definitely a great feeling. And you look at it and it brings back, gives you goosebumps watching again, and hopefully it'll happen someday soon.
Great team chemistry. How do you duplicate that with this team? Because it's a far different team, more talented, if you ask me.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you know what? We, not to take anything away from the guys here before, but you look at Langkow, Husilius, Tanguay, definitely guys with high skill, a lot of great players. But I think when it comes to playoffs, you got to have grit and you got to get in there, and we have a good combination of both. So, it's going to take everybody, and, I think the one thing that hurt us in that playoffs that we weren't as deep as we'd like to be, and I feel like, this team here has a lot of depth, and that's only a good sign for the future.
Yeah, right.
I have ferreted out another question on the BlackBerry. This is from Hal in Three Hills, Alberta. Craig, it seems that the Rookies of the Year talk has surrounded Malkin all season, having played with Andrzej Kopitar. How good of a young player is he, and should he get some Rookie of the Year consideration?
I think definitely.
He's special, right?
He's one of those guys. He's, you just watch him in practice and you see what he does day in and day out. The moves, the patience. He's a big guy. He's got soft hands. I mean, it's fun to watch, and he has no fear out there. And that's the way he's got to play. He comes and works hard every day, but it's tough because we're not getting the exposure out there for him, and he definitely deserves it. I mean, it's tough, and a lot of nights, he's not getting to play with a guy like Crosby. Night in and night out. Some nights it's just he's got other young guys on his line, but he seems able to carry the load.
Yeah, I guess that's a big problem on the West Coast, isn't it? You guys are playing when most of the voters in the East are in bed, and a lot of people thought last year there was no way that Joe Thornton would win the Hart.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, even when Jerome was up for the awards here, you just know how hard it is because, people go to bed. I mean, everybody, they don't get to see a ton of games, especially LA, because they start at 7:30 instead of even 7.
That's why they didn't know I was a good goalie in LA.
They know it, Kelly. They know you're good. Everywhere I go, they ask about you.
Yeah.
Okay, Craig Conroy back in Calgary, where he's had his greatest NHL success. Our guest on After Hours. When we come back, he'll tell us how Patrick Roy almost ended his career before it started.
Morris down low, shot, scores! Top shelf shot from Conroy.
Conroy and right. Here's Craig Conroy in, scores! Short-handed.
Iginla, Jelena, Conroy knocked it out of the air and scores!
Grabbed by Modry, Conroy goes for the net, scores!
Alex Tanguay, back to Conroy, deflection, rebound, he scores! Craig Conroy! Standing ovation for Craig Conroy.
Back at the Saddle Dome, we continue live now with After Hours, and our guest Craig Conroy. It had a lot to do with Jerome Iginla winning the Art Ross Trophy in 01-02. Iginla 96 points that year, and you had your career high 75 points, 27 and 48. So finish this sentence. If you don't like the pressure of playing in a real hockey market like Calgary, then... There's no correct answer. I just want your thought on this.
Ask for a trade. Because you know what? It's going to be, it's a hockey hotbed. I mean, if you don't like it, it's time to get out.
Did you miss that?
You know what? I really did. I didn't know if I would, but, we didn't even have a beat writer go on the road with us. Not that it matters, but definitely when you pick up the paper and you lose, you feel like, you're sad because, you let the whole city down. But it doesn't quite feel like that when I was in LA.
Well, I know the whole city here was a buzz because the next day, when I heard on the radio anyways, that you had shown up in a Tim Hortons and everybody was calling and saying, I saw Craig Conroy, so clearly it's a different expectation here.
Well, yeah, I mean, I got on the radio and they had a song about me, and just the whole thing. It was fun. I mean, to come back and to get the reception that I got. Yeah. That's what
was
made
the
it
song
fun for me.
What was the song?
I wish I could sing it, but
was it on Mike Richards' show? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was great though. It was pretty exciting, and you know what?
One of his compositions. He's very creative.
Oh, he's great. Yeah, it was great. My kids got it on the you can get everything on the internet now. So they said, Dad, they got a song about you. So
well, what I'm getting at here, though, and Kelly is as well, is that you can play in a degree of anonymity in a market like Los Angeles, and to a certain extent St. Louis, where you were for 4 years as well. But it's wholly different here. You're expected to be in the community, whether it's dropping your kids off at school, going to the grocery store, making charity appearances. Everybody wants to talk hockey with you. But I'm guessing you're okay with that.
Yeah, for me, I love it. I mean, you know what? I don't have a problem sitting there. They want to talk about it, talk about the game, good or bad. You know, that's what it's about. It's about, you know, if people appreciate what you do, it means that much more to me. And you know, I love talking about hockey. There's, you know, we could stay here for
even
a couple
with
hours.
your family.
You know what? My girls, they don't care. I got 3 daughters, and.
Well, by the way, before you go any further, this is the junior reporter that the Flames have featured through a contest, I think, with the radio station. And I'm not sure of her name, but you talked to her this morning, or she interviewed you for a while this morning.
Well, yeah, she did a great job. I told Peter Marr he better watch out.
And so should Kelly on.
Yeah, he might lose his job. She did a great job. It was, you know, it was a lot of fun, and she had some well prepared. She had a lot of good questions, and you know, I think she was having a good time.
Better than the ones you're getting here tonight. I think
Are you going to be a broadcaster when you retire?
I would love to.
Really?
Yeah,
Eh?
you know what?
You'd be really good in the States.
yeah, far away from Canada.
Yeah, like in Texas or something.
I think they're